Hi. I got some really bad news today. I opened my emails and I got this today about my heater. Did you realize this gas heater utilizes AC power to operate the gas valve, igniter, and safety shutoff? And that's the message that hit me. And that means that the very expensive heater that I bought, that's the price of a car, is not going to be able to be usable. And I have no heat source now for my trailer, and it means that I'm not going to be able to live in it. For those of you who watched the video where I shopped for the heater, you know that heat is about the most important thing that I have to deal with here. Heater is really the most important thing in my life due to severe Raynaud's and medical conditions that have to and require heat, and heat is an absolute must. I'm kind of really upset right now to learn this news because I don't have a lot of money to begin with. I live on disability, and the heater that I ordered was the price of a car. And to suddenly be told that it's not going to be usable, I can't have AC power to my trailer. I can't be hooked to a smart meter, which is where you get the AC power, and with electrosensitivity or any other thing, no one should really use an inverter. They put out very high electric fields, kind of like power lines put out, dangerous power lines. And living with that kind of electrical field almost always is pretty damaging to a person's health, if not fatal in the long run. So that's just not something I'm willing to live with. And having my heat tied to my solar, you know, things can happen. The wires can go, solar can go down, and all that. So it's not really feasible. And when I shopped for the heater, one of the things I looked for was the fact that it was non-electric. I asked every place that I talked to about a heater, you know, 3 or 4 times the same question. It definitely doesn't require any electricity, correct? And they would always reassure me that it didn't. This is like call notes from when I called Regency here, and the phone number and the person I talked to, and if you go on down the page and the notes that I made, again, no electricity. I actually asked them 2 and 3 times, no electricity. And I had called them about the smaller of the same unit, but then in the conversation we discovered that I would need the larger one because of my sensitivities and the fact that I am truly allergic seriously to cold. So now where we're at is the heater can't be installed, and I'm really hoping that I tried to contact Regency and didn't have any luck. I finally just ended up getting put through to some strange machine of somebody I've never talked to or don't know who they are. The installer, he's going to try to talk to them, and I can only hope that maybe this will get ironed out and they'll find a workaround. But you know, that's a pretty long reach, and meanwhile I am trying to find out about other heat. But I spent the price of a car on this heat that I've ordered now, and there is no more money left for me to go buy another heat source. And what we're talking about here is probably several Dickinson marine heaters that would add up to the BTU of this one. I also spoke in my shopping for heat video that I found a lot of heaters on the internet that weren't real. They didn't exist. They were just prototypes for something that maybe they'd made a few units, but they weren't really for sale on the market. And I did find out today that one of those prototypes is again for sale, because I was, you know, I did notice on the video there was an 800 number when I was, you know, filming that shopping for heat video to explain what I was doing. And so I went back and called that 800 number, and I did find out that they were able to, you know, start up again and bring the heaters into the country. So that's a possibility. I would have to have that heater plus a Dickinson. So, you know, we're talking, you know, $800 a pop for these heaters, and plus shipping. So we're talking, you know, $1,700 to get, you know, maybe half of the BTUs I would be getting. So I'd still have to buy other heat sources as well. So what I'm going to have to do is probably try to have the stove refunded and see how much could get refunded. All the freight costs of sending this several hundred-ton stove around the country and then freighting it from the Arizona store to the final destination, all that I'm still liable for. So I'm going to have the project on hold while I you know, pay off that bill so on my credit card till that gets paid completely down, all the freight charges, and then go from there and you know, go with a new heater. But meanwhile I'm shopping for something different until I, you know, find out differently. But it really looks like the heater that I have chosen and was told was no electricity required. These are my notes, by the way, from about a year ago when I started shopping for heat. And I actually talked to Regency 2 days or 3 days before I talked to the store that I actually ordered the heater from. So it looks like they changed the unit to be, you know, require electricity for ignition, because I would never, given my condition, never ever have a heater like that. My heater here, this heater here, has a thermocoupler that doesn't require electricity. So if my power goes out or I cut the circuit breaker right now, that heater's still going to keep on going. So I would never ever, you know, buy anything like that you know, I would have to depend on, that would put me in that kind of jeopardy. So I'm really, really sad about it. I'm really, really upset. And so for the meantime, everything's on hold. I actually did find my batteries that I'm going to use for the solar system, but I had to, by the time that he let me know that what batteries were available and it was time to give him my credit card, I had to hold off and say, well, you know, I can't, because how long is this project going to be on hold? I don't want to buy the batteries, have them installed, and leave them sitting in the battery, you know, bank compartment for, you know, 6 months to a year while I pay all this off, so I can go buy another heater. So I'm really, really sad. I really thought I was going forward and going to have a safer place to live, and now I'm being faced with having to get out of where I am and no place to go. You know, I'm going to try to call the landlord and beg for how many ever more months I need. But I really don't want to stay here. I'm going to lose my helper, and there's no workforce to hire another one. It's just, it seems like I was really going on the right road and going in the right direction until today. Until this happened and everything went to a screeching halt. So it looks like the project isn't going to continue for now, and it's on hold until something changes. So I guess I'll just ask you to wish me luck, and you know, I'll keep everybody posted on what's happening from there. Meanwhile, I will probably put videos up on what I've done, you know, show you my shopping expeditions online for the items that I picked for my solar system. And I'll just continue talking about, you know, what I'm doing to get ready for this, so when it's not on hold, I can go forward. So hope everybody has a great afternoon. See you later. Bye.